Final week of the regular season. I don't have time for this bullshit. Let's go. Dolphins going on the road to face the Buffalo Bills. The last time these two teams met, Josh Allen had a chance to win the game and actually beat the Miami Dolphins. But he kind of threw a pass in the end zone that was a little bit short. The receiver could have done a better job of trying to make some sort of effort to catch the football, but it is what it is there. And the Dolphins, thanks to losing to fucking Jacksonville, are obviously out of the fucking playoffs. It is what the fuck it is there. All 7 of these games all 7 of the early afternoon games are meaningless, obviously. So, since no one gives a fuck about this game, I'll just take the Buffalo Bills. Although I should take the Dolphins because Buffalo might be losing on purpose, might try to lose this game on purpose too. You know what? I gotta pick this one. I'm not sure myself. I am not sure myself, quite frankly. One more time. Tails. Yeah, okay. I'm changing my pick right now. Take the Miami Dolphins to win this game. Packers hosting the Detroit Lions. Last time these two teams met, the Packers actually lost to the Detroit Lions. It was actually their 3rd consecutive loss to the Detroit Lions, dating back to last season. And the Packers, it looked like the Packers were not going to beat the New York Jets, but then they ended up coming back and beating the New York Jets. And the Lions, meanwhile, who gives a flying fuck about this game? Take the Packers to win. Oh, my mistake. There is one game that's meaningful in the 1 o'clock slot, and that's this game. Texans hosting, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now the Jaguars really are pissing the fucking shit out of me. They can beat a desperate Miami Dolphins football team with the Dolphins starting quarterback, but they cannot beat the Washington Redskins with the Redskins' 4th string quarterback. Like, what the literal fuck is going on, Jacksonville? Want to make up your fucking minds, please? Fuck's sake. And Houston, fuck. What happened to them what the fuck happened to them last week? Oh, that's right, they lost to the Philadelphia Eagles. What a fucking contest that was. They came close to coming. In fact, they actually had the lead, almost won the damn thing. But the Texans defense couldn't hold enough. They bent a little bit too much to the point where Josh Elliott was able to make an easy fucking field goal. Okay, fucking work, please. Thank you. The Texans still have a shot at a first-round buyout. Actually, no, they don't. They do. My bad. But it's going to require the Patriots losing, and I don't see that happening. I will take the Houston Texans, but they could still lose this division lead by losing this game. And the winner of the Sunday Night Football game. Yes, there is a Sunday night game for Week 17 this year, but the winner of the Sunday Night Football game will win the AFC South. And the loser will be out. The Texans are still in the postseason, so it is what it is there. But take Houston to win. Oh, my bad. Another game. Okay, 2 games that are meaningful in the 1 o'clock slot. Jets going on the road to face the New England Patriots. Patriots, end of story. Jets are going 4-12. It is what it is. This one is completely meaningless. Panthers going on the road to take on the New Orleans Saints. Now, the Saints have already clinched home field advantage, which is why it's in the 1 o'clock slot and not the 4:25 slot. However, so common sense tells me I should probably take the Panthers. Here's the problem, though. I'm not sure who the starting quarterback is. Is it going to be Cam Newton, or is it going to be Meineke, or whatever that fucking guy's name? Heineke, my mistake. I mean, seriously, the Panthers are down to their... Seriously, if Cam Newton's out for this game, then fuck it. I'm going to take the New Orleans Saints, because the Saints need to be at least somewhat... The Saints need to be... I can't think of words right now, but it is what it is. They need to stay somewhat active. At least their starters need to stay somewhat active. Now they should call off their dogs by halftime, I guess. But it is what it is there. But yeah, take the Saints to win. Giants hosting the Dallas Cowboys in a matchup of who gives a flying fuck. Cowboys have already clinched the NFC East. And the Giants are fucking horrible, and they're looking at a 5-11 record. But let's flip for this one. Tails. God. It landed tails, but I'm going to take the New York Giants because the Cowboys are going to be resting their fucking players for what? Because they have to play in Wild Card Weekend. So, and they've clinched all that they can fucking clinch is what it boils down to. And the last of the meaningless 1 o'clock matchups, Falcons going on the road to face the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. One last coin flip for the 1 o'clock schedule. Landed heads. It landed heads. Dirk Cutter's going to be fired, regardless of the outcome. But go ahead and take the Buccaneers to defeat the Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons have been a major disappointment. Injuries have had a lot to do with it, especially on defense. But it still doesn't explain the inexcusable losses at home to start the season. Perhaps the Falcons were just a tad bit overrated. As they usually are, quite frankly. Even when they were at the Super Bowl a couple years ago, when they were up 28-3, and then shit went south there, of course. Sorry to bring it up, Falcon fans, but cry me a fucking river. Okay, this should actually be a very interesting game. What could possibly be the former Charlie Browns taking on the former Cleveland Browns. And this game features two Heisman-winning quarterbacks. In the first fucking round, Baker Mayfield, the number 1 overall pick, and Lamar Jackson, the number 32 overall pick, the last pick of the first round. God, Pittsburgh has to rely on the Cleveland fucking Browns, the team that they've been beating the living shit out of over the course of the past 5 fucking years. I mean, they may not have swept them all the time, but holy crap, for the most part, it's been very one-sided. And now, because of that fucking tie that the Pittsburgh Steelers had against the Cleveland Browns, the Steelers could be out of the playoffs. And meanwhile, the Ravens, they need to win this game or they're out of the fucking playoffs. The Ravens control their own destiny, but it's coin flip time. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Tails. Landed tails. Last time these two teams met, the Browns actually beat the Ravens. Okay, they were at home. Can the Browns sweep the Ravens just like they swept the Cincinnati Bengals last week? Jesus Christ. Pittsburgh, God. For now, give me the Browns, but I'll just leave it at that. I might have to switch it back to the Baltimore Ravens because Pittsburgh really does not deserve to make the postseason. And then again, the Ravens are still using a rookie quarterback, bottom fucking line. So that's why I'm taking the Cleveland Browns to win. Because Baker Mayfield's a better quarterback than Lamar Jackson from a passing standpoint. And Baker Mayfield can scramble too, but he doesn't scramble to pick up extra yardage like a Lamar Jackson does. No disrespect to Lamar Jackson. He can throw the football okay, but he's mostly a running fucking quarterback, just like Josh Allen. The 2018 NFL draft will be just like the 99 draft. The overdrafting at the quarterback position in the first round. Maybe there's still some talent in each. There's still some talent in at least 4 out of the 5 quarterbacks. I'll just leave it at that. Raiders going on the road to face the Kansas City Chiefs. The Raiders did a great job kicking Denver's ass. I mean, let's just call that for what it is. Denver. I'll get to Denver in a second, but the Raiders. Oh God, that looks like the Week 16 was the final game at the Oakland Coliseum because the city of Oakland is suing the fucking Raiders, and now the Raiders are going to have to play elsewhere. The Giants ballpark, the San Francisco Giants ballpark, you name it, they got you name it. Oakland's got the Raiders, mind you, have fucking problems now. And the Chiefs have lost 2 consecutive games after starting 11-2. Lost to the Chargers at home in a shocker, and lost to the Seattle Seahawks. Not much of a shocker, but it was still a good fucking game. Patrick Mahomes. Listen, they may not have Kareem Hunt anymore, and it's Kareem Hunt's own fault because he's fucking retarded. But Patrick Mahomes is going to be kicking a lot. Is going to be kicking a couple of teams' butt for the next 15 fucking years. That's what's going to fucking happen. And take the Kansas City Chiefs to defeat the Oakland Raiders. And I'll just leave it the fuck at that. Next up, Bears going on the road to face the Minnesota Vikings. And the Vikings have not been all that spectacular throughout the entire season. I mean, they've been a very disappointing team. And it's time to officially say it. Kirk Cousins is an overrated as fuck quarterback. This team should not be 8-6-1. This team should have already wrapped up. This team should still be competing for the NFC North at least. But this should be what, 11-4 versus 11-4, quite frankly. And this probably would have been the Sunday night game and not Colts Titans. I mean, give me a fucking break on that one. But in any event, it is what it is there. The Bears wrapping up the division a couple weeks ago, picking up a victory over the 49ers last week. The Bears still have a chance at a first round bye, which is why this was moved to the 425 lineup. So I gotta flip for this one because this is a tough one. Heads. It landed heads, but I'm going to take the Chicago Bears. The Bears are going to finish 12-4 and sweep the Minnesota Vikings. The Minnesota Vikings will be the most disappointing team in the 2018 season. And the last time a Kirk Cousins team controlled its own destiny to make the postseason, what happened the following week? They lost to the Redskins lost to the New York Giants 2 years ago, and I see the exact same scenario happening here with the Vikings losing to the Chicago Bears. And I'll just leave it at that. Bengals going on the road to face the Pittsburgh Steelers. Bengals are defeated at this point, but Marvin Lewis will most likely return as head coach for 2019 because of retarded horseshit, cockfucker, bullshit excuses. Steelers, end of story. They might not make the playoffs, however. Since I'm taking the Cleveland Browns, I'm going to assume that the Steelers are going to make the postseason. And I'll just fucking leave it at that. Speaking of the Redskins, Eagles going on the road to face the Washington Redskins with Josh Johnson still at fucking quarterback for the Redskins. And Nick Foles could end up back in the fucking playoffs again for the Philadelphia Eagles. And guess what? They're going to maybe, but take the Philadelphia Eagles to fucking win this game. Moving on quickly. Oh, fuck's sake. Chargers going on the road to face the Denver Broncos. Last time these two teams met, the Broncos pulled up a shocker and started the fucking cock teasing of thinking that the Broncos were going to make the fucking playoffs. And the Denver Broncos, meanwhile, 3 straight wins and then 3 straight losses. They were 6-6, now they're 6-9. And Vance Joseph continuing to find new, creative, exciting ways to lose football games. Hopefully this is his final fucking game. And no, Vance Joseph is not the scapegoat in this situation. Vance Joseph just fucking sucks dick as a fucking head coach. Folks, so fuck out of here with that horse shit. Look for the Chargers to get their payback on the Denver Broncos. Yes, the Chargers lost to them at home, but the Chargers it's becoming clear. But let's be honest here, the Chargers were never at home to begin with because of the fucking stadium issues there. They were pretty much, for the second straight year, they're playing all 16 road games, for fuck's sakes. Okay, 15 this year because of the neutral site game in London, but you get my fucking point. Take the Chargers to win this fucking game. 49ers going on the road to face the LA Rams. Last time these two teams met at the Coliseum when these two teams met at the Coliseum last year, the LA Coliseum, excuse me, the Rams lost to the 49ers only because the Rams have clinched all that they could clinch. This time around, so the Rams rested their starters, meanwhile. And that's why the Niners were able to win. This time around, however, it's a totally different story. The Rams still have a first-round bye to play for. Or it's always important to get that first-round bye. And God, Jesus Christ, poor Kyle Shanahan. He's having to endure. I mean, the first season, okay, fine, rebuilding year. Second season, you lose your starting running back. Back before the season started, and then 2 weeks into the season, you lose your starting quarterback. And then you lose your backup quarterback, and now you're down to Nick Mullins, but at least Nick Mullins will be the better option as a backup quarterback should Jimmy Garoppolo go down again the following year. Because CJ Beathard just sucks. It is what it is. Listen, I don't know how far the Rams are going to make it into the postseason. They might be one and done again by the time they get to the postseason or whatever the fuck. But go ahead and take the Rams to win here. All right, this is and the last game in the 425 lineup. Cardinals going on the road to face the Seattle Seahawks. This is a meaningless game for the Seattle Seahawks. So they're going to be resting their starters. The Seahawks have clinched all that they could possibly clinch. They cannot clinch the division, obviously, and who gives a fuck about playoff seeding at this point? However, go ahead and take the Seattle Seahawks because the Cardinals are fucking bad. They're going to cement They're going to cement their season with the number 1 overall pick in the 2019 draft. The Cardinals are going to win the Nick Bosa sweepstakes. That's all I've got to say about that. Moving on quickly. And the final game of the season. There is a Sunday night game this year. Colts going on the road to face the Tennessee Titans. Last time these two teams met, the Colts kicked the ever-loving shit out of the Tennessee Titans. The Titans, meanwhile, beat the Washington Redskins, but they had to do it with Blaine Gabbert. And there's a good chance that Blaine Gabbert might be starting tomorrow. But Marcus Mariota is a game-time decision. However, the Titans' defense has been the main reason why they're in the position that they're in right now. Now, these two teams. And the Colts defense has been picking it up as of late as well. Andrew Luck has been picking it up, of course. Of course, it always helps to have a good left guard in Quentin Nelson. So yes, the Colts are finally doing the right thing, finding pieces to protect their fucking quarterback. Something that they should have been doing at least 5 fucking years ago. But no, Ryan Grigson was fucking retarded, and I'll just fucking leave that where it is. And the biggest problem for the Tennessee Titans is the fact that Jarrell Casey is not going to be playing in this game. In fact, he's done for the remainder of the season, albeit one game. But if the Titans win this game, they're gonna have to go through the postseason without Jarrell Casey, and we don't know how healthy Marcus Mariota is going to be. He's been dealing with injury problems all season long. Do you give up on Marcus Mariota? That's a really good question because of all these injuries that he's been suffering since he started in the National Football League, since he was drafted number 2 overall. And there's issues with Jameis Winston as well, obviously. Because let's be honest here. Jameis Winston is a fucking turnover machine. He does great. He's great for bakery businesses. I'll tell you that much. And Marcus Mariota, let's pretend that Mariota was the better option from a performance standpoint. Here's the problem with that. He's been injured almost every fucking year. 2015, he suffered 2 injuries. One of them out for the first one in 2015, out for a couple weeks, and then the second one done for the remainder of the year. 2016, broke his fucking leg. 2017, he's been dealing with, I don't know what injuries he's had, but whatever the fuck there. And 2018, he's been dealing with that elbow injury and fucking just nagging fucking injuries in general. Do you give up on Marcus Mariota? No. No. I don't know why the media is saying stupid, retarded shit like that. Mostly because they want the Titans to fail. That's all that shit is. But whatever there. Sorry I'm taking so long, but go ahead. Take the Indianapolis Colts to defeat the Tennessee Titans. And remember, both these teams still have a shot at winning the division should the Texans, lose to the Jacksonville Jaguars, which means the Jaguars have to play spoiler once again. And for the final time, we'll see who is right and who is wrong when it's all fucking said and done. Thank you very much for watching these regular season picks. I will be back for the postseason, of course, making one postseason pick per video. And that's all I've got to say about that. So, till next time, later, fuckers.